Good morning. It's Friday, July 31st, 2026. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Qigong. I have set 10 this morning, shaking the tail feathers. I am also going to mention that I was not here last week for these two classes. I did record some of the philosophy class on Sunday. I have finished recording the first book in my series, The Ambassador. It's available on our podcast. It's available on YouTube, on this YouTube channel. It's available on PRX. And I'm going to make it available in a couple other places as well as soon as I can. So it's available. You can listen to it. I hope you enjoy it. I had a lot of fun recording it. And I learned a great deal about managing my voice, about working with my breath in this class, and about the small changes that happen in our voices that are not particularly intentional, but they happen. As we speak, we change tone, we change inflection, we change all sorts of little bitty things. That experience is absolutely directly connected to what we do in Qigong practice and in all of the arts that I teach. The idea of refining the movement, of refining the energy, of developing the skill to actively work with what we're doing, to be more than just a bystander happenstance. It's active participation and developing the skills to do what we decide we're going to do, not just whatever comes out. It makes a difference in everything that we do. In this class, I'm focused on what the student needs to begin to work with these Qigong exercises, and this idea that one thing we do, I'm working with my voice, connects to breathing exercises. Well, yes, it does. And that obvious connection is something that we want to develop in our practice. So someone comes, they're going to learn Qigong. What good is Qigong? What else do you do? Because there are methods that apply to everything that we can do. In focusing our attention and focusing our efforts and focusing our external breath, our internal breath, and the internal energy, we can apply that skill, that focus, to anything else that we do. Anything. That is a result that we look for. We want to cultivate those skills so that if I want to apply my Qigong skills to my voice exercises, I can. Developing the breathing apparatus, the lungs, the lower back, the upper back, the diaphragm, and all of the chest muscles that help to expand and contract the lungs, the respiratory system, the nose, mouth, breathe in, breathe out, the connection through the body. That matters for Qigong? Absolutely. Matters for using the voice. It matters for long list of other things that we can apply these skills to. In set 10, we're paying much more attention to turning, and opening. That turn through the waist, you notice that my legs didn't go anywhere. In set 6, we have push. My foot moves. I can even pick it. I can even pick it up and take a step, right? So set 6, pull in. I have to work my sustaining leg a little bit more if I'm going to take that step. It's okay. In set 10, we're not taking a step. It's all bend through the legs and turn through the waist. Now, keep in mind that the hips turn. The leg stays, the hips turn. So the hip turns around the leg. It's not, and I'm going to show this. I'm going to lock my hips. This is locked. And then I'm going to try and turn to my right. See what happened? With my knee. I'm leaning because I can't turn. I can't actually get there. I'm leaning. This hip is stuck out and this knee is bent in. That's bad. This is fine. See where my knee is? This knee stayed. This knee didn't go anywhere. There's tension through this part of my ribs down through the leg because it's twisted. Okay, the leg stays. The hip twists. So my hip's over here. My leg's over here. Right? We want to open the hip. This is something we want to do. That turning gives us the opportunity to work with that. The hand movement, as I come to the center, focus on the renjong, the connection between the renmai and the dumai in the front. For a beginner, that is something that I would, at this point, I would ask them to pay attention to. This one point, hands come together. As we pay attention to this, we are also developing that clarity, I'm going to say, in the small heavenly circle. So from the lower dantian, around up the back, and down the front. The connection, dumai that comes at the back, renmai down the front, the connection is here. We pay attention to that in this move. As my hands press down, this is the clearing my throat is something that I have been working on so that I don't cough, but rather open the back of the throat and allow whatever it is to clear out all by itself. Gravity takes over. And it is also something that I'm paying attention to in my reading, because obviously if I've got this gravelly thing going on in my throat, it's not as pleasant to listen to as when I don't. Being able to address that in the moment, without getting a drink of water, without doing anything other than what I can do internally. It's something I've been working on. I just did it. I did. You didn't see it, but I'm reasonably certain you can hear it. That change is part of, and again, that's what part of what I'm talking about this morning, with the idea that our Qigong practice, as we develop that practice, we can use what we've learned in Qigong practice to do other things. It's not confined to this one thing. That development is part of developing our internal skills, and that there's no restriction on using those. In this set, we start out the same as we have with all of the other sets, more or less. Breathe in, palms up, breathe out, press down. Now, as I breathe in, arms circle, hands come together at the renjong. I'm going to turn to my left, both palms open, press down. This is straight down. Notice my knee, didn't go anywhere. As my hands come up, left hand to the inside, right hand to the outside. Right hand extends, palm out. Left hand extends, palm down. So this has the idea of pull down behind it. In turning, the timing as we come across, that was right hand to the inside, left hand to the outside. I'm going here. Left hand to the inside, left hand goes to the outside. Okay, we'll work on it. The connection here. And as we return, right? That rhythm, I'm going to go slower. That rhythm is something we want to pay attention to. It's the breath. That connected breath with the movement. Again, remember, turn the waist. The smoothness and resilience that we put into the movement comes from sustaining the breath. So pay attention to the breath, pay attention to turning the waist, opening the hip, pay attention to keeping the legs in the same place. I'm going to turn around. This goes left side, right side. 6 sets. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Tip of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth. Breathe in, palms up. Breathe out, press down. Breathe in, circle. And breathe out, press down. Breathe in, right hand to the inside. Breathe out, right hand reaches out, left hand presses down. And come back to center, breathe in, palms up. And breathe out, press down. Breathe in, hand circle. Breathe out, press down to the right. And left hand to the inside. Turn to the left. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And there was a breathe in and a breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Relax through the back. Open the arms. Keep the arms open and keep the body straight. Breathe. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Open the hip. Sit behind just a little. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more. Open the back. Keep the arms open as you turn. Don't close the arms to the chest. Keep the chest open. Keep the arms open. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Last time, breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. 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 Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hands down along both sides. Breathe out. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. The turning, the connection with the breath, the connection with the breathing. As I'm turning, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. All of that turning through the waist engages through the lower dantian, and that twisting helps us to sustain practice. It is the source for our movements generally. The more that we can connect through the waist, open the hips, relax the back, relax the shoulders, and use the lower dantian, use the waist, lower dantian, to drive the movement. So the lower dantian starts the movement, the waist drives, we keep going. That progression is something that we start from the outside and work to the inside, and then we develop the other direction. In working with this concept that the waist turns and the lower dantian turns, and we have this functionally a ball, the 2 swimming fish that Professor Leo talked about, the yin fish and the yang fish, and they swim together in the lower dantian. We can move them separately, we can move them together. They are going to stay together. Yin and yang are always together. That concept and that practice method, the idea of using that method, that concept in our practice, So I can have the concept, I'm explaining this for a second, the concept of turning the waist. I'm going to open my arms and turn my waist. Turn the waist. It's like a big hula hoop, right? I turn the waist. I turn and turn. I'm turning my hips as well, but I'm focused on turning the waist. Now, a little bit different. Turn the waist. Turn the waist. Turn the waist. I kept my hands steady. I went to that side. That side. Being able to do that is not a function of athleticism so much as it is a function of internal development. That connection that I was talking about to the small muscles in the throat and to the voice production apparatus that we have here in the throat and the lungs. I was talking about that earlier. Being able to connect with those small muscles, actively use them. Because I will guarantee you that anyone who's a professional musician who uses their voice knows how to do this. It's taught. It's something that we can all learn. It's something like Qigong. It's something we can all learn to do. Those small muscles, those small connections are what I use in turning the waist. Right there. That one. I just go that way. No, go that way. Go that way. That connection is part of what we want to develop, particularly for Wudang Qigong. It is something that is, to my knowledge, the particulars for this function, this connection, are unique to Wudang Tai Chi and what Professor Liu Yuzhang teaches. It's not something that's taught generally. It is for all his students, he taught it, but it's not something that I've seen taught in connection with other Tai Chi systems. Chen style has a connection, but it's a little bit different than what I'm talking about here. I will talk about that more another time. That concludes today's class. I thank you for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye.